This whole story would start a few days after the end of the Tournament of Power. Goku, after that big tournament, would realize that there are many strong beings in this world. I really thought I was strong, but it's still not enough. That tournament made me open my eyes. Meanwhile, Gohan. After the Tournament of Power, he questioned a lot of things. If it wasn't for my father, maybe this universe wouldn't exist. I really couldn't do much in that tournament because of my great weakness. Now that I realize I didn't have to stop training, if I was stronger, I could protect Videl and Pan. What if one day my father isn't there to protect us? I have to become stronger no matter what. Videl, I'm going out for a while. I'm going to visit my father.
It's okay, Gohan, but don't come back so late.
Gohan flew out of his house to go to his father's house. Goku was eating with Goten. Chi-Chi, the food you make is so good that I can't stop eating it. Gohan was knocking on the door. Father, I've come to visit you. I want to tell you something. I have been thinking these last 3 days. Gohan came out of the house with Goku to tell his father everything he had been thinking. Goku, with a serious face, said, I didn't think this day would come. I thought you had already retired from the world of martial arts. But it's never too late. Don't worry, in a short time, and with the potential you have, you'll become strong very fast. Meanwhile, in the universe of the god Vermouth, Vermouth was sitting quietly when suddenly his angel Margarita informed him of something. Tell me, what is going on?
I shouldn't get into this, but don't you think that the mortal of Universe 7 was very reckless with this tournament? Thanks to him, you could feel what it feels like to be eliminated by Rizeno-sama. Tell me, you liked not feeling anything for a few minutes?
Of your mouth, who was sitting down, pounded the table shouting like this. No need to remind me. It's been the worst feeling of my life. Besides, I'm sure the other gods are very upset. Vermouth would have called the god Beerus to inform him of his discomfort. Mr. Beerus, you have received a call. What's up? There are 3 gods that have called me on the same day. Apparently it's the god Vermouth. I answer my call. Tell me, what's up? I don't know if the other gods have told you something, but I think the saying, Goku doesn't deserve to be alive, after the humiliation he put us all through. Don't you think he was too reckless? In the world of the gods, that is something that cannot be forgiven. The great Zeno-sama, as if nothing. If they keep him alive, I don't know what could happen to existence itself. It is better to eliminate the plague from the root. The root of this plague and catastrophic situations are caused by the saying Goku. Besides, he brought another Zeno-sama. We already have enough with one, and now there are 2. So you suggest we eliminate him? That's right. My idea is to go to your Universe 7 with 2 other gods to finish it, who will let you know when we finish it. It's okay, but keep it between us. I don't know what could happen if the great Zeno-sama finds out about this. Vermouth would have closed the call with god Beerus. Vermouth's god would let out a laugh. It was about time. The god would have left his universe along with his angel to go to Earth with 2 other gods. These gods were Quitala and the god Champa. The 3 would have headed to Earth at high speed, while Goku was talking to Gohan. A loud explosion would be heard. Dende, who was sleeping, would wake up quickly, just like Piccolo. Both would feel a strong ki. Because my body is shaking, I feel the ki of 3 very strong gods. Ki's 3 gods of destruction are on Earth. The 3 gods would have arrived at Goku's house. You guys are... What are you doing on Earth? Father, I feel that these guys don't have good intentions. So you were the person that defeated my warrior Jiren? Without that transformation, you don't look so strong. Tell me, what do you want? What are you doing here? Are you looking for trouble? We are not looking for trouble. The only thing we are looking for here is your death. Saying Goku, you were a threat to everyone. These 3 gods would begin to raise their power enormously, thus making planet Earth tremble. The other Z-warriors would have woken up after having this great tremor. Then they, together with Piccolo, would arrive at that place. I know you are gods of destruction. We are not looking for any kind of trouble, so you can leave here quietly. I would appreciate it very much. You're joking, midget. We won't only leave until the mortal Goku dies. You better stay away, I'll take care of them. But Goku, you are crazy, they are gods. That does not matter. I will not give up my life so easily. Goku would go to his transformation as Super Saiyan Blue. For later launch himself against these gods. The three gods would throw themselves against Goku, thus starting a fight of fists and kicks. Goku was trying to dodge the blows of these three gods, but it was very difficult for him. Father, I will not leave you alone. I will also help you. Gohan would use his transformation as Super Saiyan 2. So he would throw himself against Quitella to leave his father against these two gods. Boy, it is a mistake that you've interfered in our fight. You're only an ant. The god Quitella would give a strong blow to Gohan, so he would put his two arms to try to stop the blow, but his bones would break slightly. The Hakai energy ball would go against Gohan. Goku would try to help his son, but those two gods wouldn't let him. But when the energy ball was going against Gohan, Piccolo would have put himself in front of it to enter the energy ball. Piccolo, he was suffering a very painful torture. I can't take it anymore. Gohan, you have to keep living, whatever it takes. You heard me? Piccolo's body was shattered by that ball of Hakai energy. Gohan shouted loudly, Mr. Piccolo, it can't be possible, because you didn't have to lose your life like that. From Gohan's body, a few lightning bolts would come out, thus using his mystical force. What you did to Mr. Piccolo, I won't forgive you. Gohan would launch himself against the gods, thus inserting a blow in his stomach. This blow would make the god retreat. That blow hurt me a lot. Gohan would hit the god again and again. This young man became faster and stronger. I'll have to use my 5%. The god would instantly increase his power, thus stopping Gohan's attacks with great ease. The god would start squeezing Gohan's arm hard. Understand that a mortal can never be a god. The god would grab Gohan's face and then give him a little punch on the neck that would make Gohan fall to the ground, thus losing his transformation. He could barely keep his consciousness active. The god would start to step on Gohan. Goku, seeing this, would try to help his son again, but he could not do anything. I can't allow my son to be humiliated in this way. Goku would charge a Kamehameha. Thus throwing it to the two gods, that they would deflect the attack to create a ball of Hakai energy, the two of them together. I am not able to use the Ultra Mastered Instinct. Even though I want to activate it, it doesn't activate. That would help me a lot at this moment. The only option I have is to escape with my son from this place. I know it's humiliating, but I have no other choice. It's worse to lose my life of those gods. Goku would activate the Kaioken 15 times, so the veins in his body would start to come out. This mortal thinks that by increasing his power, he can beat us? What an idiot. The god would throw the Hakai energy ball at Goku, but Goku would take advantage that his power had increased in order to move at great speed. Goku would give a strong kick to the god Quitella that would make him back a little. You insolvent, how dare you! Goku would grab his son's clothes to carry him in her arms, and then fly at great speed. Father, what are you doing? You know that if you use the Kaioken in such a way, your ki will suffer great consequences in the future. But Gohan, I can't do anything. I can't let them eliminate us. The god Quitella was chasing Goku, while the other gods were using mental power in order to move the Hakai ball, energy ball at will. Goku would start flying all over the earth. I don't know where we can hide and my power is running out. Then they would shout, hide in the time chamber. Maybe I can do something to change the dimension. Quitella it away, I would think that Brat doesn't have the power to change dimensions. Goku would quickly fly to Dende's temple to enter with his son to the time chamber. Dende would mentally try to change the dimension so they wouldn't be affected by the Hakai energy ball. But in spite of his attempts, he couldn't do anything. The ball of Hakai energy would impact against the chamber of time, thus turning it into ashes completely. There was nothing left of what was that ruin. The whole place would go up in flames, while Vermouth and the other god would arrive in order to try to feel Goku's ki. But in spite of their attempts, they could not feel it. Apparently that mortal has died, and his son was also affected. It is a pity, but he got into our fight. I think our work is finished here. It will be better for us to retire. We have nothing to do here. The three gods would leave the planet Earth, thinking that the place had become ashes. When a mortal dies with the power of a god, his soul doesn't go to heaven or hell. They simply become nothing. Who was on Beerus's planet would think, why can't I feel Goku's ki? Has he died? No, that cannot be possible. Maybe Lord Beerus has done something. I know that as an angel I should report it to my father, but he hasn't done anything. Bad, the job of the gods is to destroy things that are not right. Whis would go to Beerus's room to tell him what I had felt. Apparently the saying Goku has lost his life. Beerus would get serious. So you managed to find out what happened? Are you going to say something? I'm not going to say anything. That is not a matter for me to get involved. After all, Goku is a problem. On Earth, all the Z-Warriors would be very worried for not being able to feel the presence of Goku and Gohan. Vegeta would say, what the hell is happening in Kakarot's house? Because it is a mess. I cannot feel his ki, neither the ki of his son. Thanks to the fight that Goku had with those gods, his house would be torn to pieces, leaving only rubble. Goten,
who could not assimilate what was happening, would have taken out the body of his unconscious mother.
Vegeta would ask Goten what had happened to the place, but Goten would not answer why everything had happened so fast.
Mr. Vegeta, because I cannot feel the ki of my brother or the ki of my father.
That's what I ask myself. Besides, that's not the only ki I cannot feel. I cannot feel the ki of Piccolo either. Dende, who had some injuries, would have gone on to clarify everything. I know what happened to the two of them. Dende would tell everything happened to the Z-Warriors. Everyone would have been very surprised. Vegeta, he would clench his fist. How dare they? Really, Kakarot and his son were eliminated from existence by those three gods. Bulma searches for the Dragon Seers. I need answers. I can't believe this is happening. Meanwhile, in the chamber time, Gohan was almost unconscious, thus losing his vision little by little. Goku would have fallen to the ground, thus losing his transformation to return to his base state. Gohan would say with his little strength, Father, this place, don't tell me it's the time chamber. Father, don't tell me this place is the time chamber. That's right, Gohan. Samurai Achieved entered in this place. Outside a loud explosion was heard. Goku and Gohan would have fainted both together by the brutal energy drain that these two Saiyans had. The two did not know that they had been trapped in that place until more than 5 hours would have passed. Gohan would be the first to wake up, since Goku still had internal injuries from using the Kamakin at such a level. My head hurts a lot, and even my wounds have not finished healing. But I have to leave this place. I need to know how Videl and the others are. Maybe those gods have already left the Earth. Gohan would walk to the door of the time chamber, but when he tried to open it, it was totally closed. Damn, this thing does not open. I have no other choice. Gohan would throw a small ball of energy towards the door of the room, so thus destroying it completely. But when he did, he would get a terrible surprise. There he would find nothing on the other side. He would only find the same dimension, a totally white place without any noise. It can't be possible. Don't tell me that. We're locked in this place. Those damned gods. I will not allow this. Gohan would have transformed into a Super Saiyan, thus increasing his power as much as he could, but in spite of doing so, the place would remain exactly the same. Goku, who was on the floor unconscious, would have felt the power that his son was expelling. Gohan, what's wrong? Father, I've increased my power as much as possible and the room is still as if nothing. Let's try both together. Goku and Gohan, even though they were hurt, would use the Super Saiyan 2 both together. In the white space, a bright yellow light would be seen. But in spite of increasing their powers, the room was still as if nothing. Goku would lose the transformation of the Super Saiyan 2 to fall to the ground, and then spit some blood. Apparently my power is not recovered yet. Father, you better rest. The humiliation that those gods did to us, I will make them pay for 1,000 times over. I hope my daughter and Vidal are well. Son, from what I see, we will stay here for a long time. Instead of seeing this as a curse, we should see it as a blessing. A few hours ago, you told me that you wanted to have more power than you already have. I'm sure that maybe in a year, we can find a way to get out of here. If you say so, Father, I guess you're right. Goku and Gohan would start to train in that room. That way, spending more than a year, Goku would have managed to perfect the mastered Ultra Instinct to 20%, while Gohan would have achieved the transformation of Super Saiyan 3. Goku would think, my son is incredible. In just 1 year, he has achieved such power. Without a doubt, he is a prodigy. Father, a year has passed so fast. How will things be outside? Gohan, let me see your new power. After fighting, we will leave this place. Gohan would transform into Super Saiyan 3, while Goku into Super Saiyan Blue. Goku would approach Gohan at great speed to give him a strong punch in the face, but Gohan would dodge it and then get behind him and kick him in the back. Goku would back up a little and then throw several energy balls at Gohan. He would start to move around the time chamber. Father, if you want to defeat me, you'll have to do more than that. Gohan would start to move extremely fast in order to create clones of himself. These 3 clones would throw themselves at Goku, so the 3 would give a strong blow to Goku. As Gohan can move so fast, Gohan would start to hit his father extremely fast. Goku would start to cover with his 2 hands to concentrate. I guess I'll use this. I think it's not necessary, but to motivate my son, I have to use my maximum power. Goku would change to his mastered Ultra Instinct form, thus grabbing Gohan by the neck. The 2 illusions created by his speed would have disappeared instantly. What's up, son? That's all you have? That's all you've trained for a year? But you want to take revenge on those gods? Silence, father. I'm not weak. Gohan would expel even more power, so these 2 would have had a clash of fists, thus creating a strong air current. Gohan would jump backwards and throw a Kamehameha to his father. Goku in the same way would change a Kamehameha. The 2 energy powers would collide. Gohan exerted great ki in his technique as well as Goku, but despite Gohan's attempts, his Kamehameha was losing power more and more. I will not give up yet. Gohan's technique would grow a little more, but Goku would only laugh. To use 10% of the total power of the Master Ultra Instinct. Thus, the Kamehameha Gohan was about to hit on, but Goku would use instant teleportation to get his son out of there. The 2 energy would explode, but despite the strong explosion, the place would still be intact. That would leave a lot of thinking in Goku's head. Normally the room, even if we are locked in, if it receives that level of power, it would have exploded. Maybe our power is not enough to get out of here. Gohan would lose the transformation. Father, I'm very tired. The Super Saiyan 3 is a transformation that wears you out a lot of your power. Gohan, that's because you haven't controlled it very well yet. Let time pass. But for now, I want to see if I can get out of here. Goku would increase all his power, thus managing to use 20% the power of the mastered Ultra Instinct. Gohan would be very surprised with the power that his father was expelling, but despite being more than a minute increased his power, the room would continue as if nothing. Gohan, seeing this, would have entered a mental crisis. What if we can't get out of this place? I don't want to be trapped here forever. I have a daughter, a wife. Gohan, don't be so negative. You keep training. I promise you that someday we will get out of this place. Meanwhile, on Earth, flashback of a day before. Vegeta, after Kakarot lost his life at the hands of the gods of destruction, he would ask Bulma to look for the Dragon Seers. Bulma, after a few hours, would have gathered them all, so the 7 spheres would begin to shine with great force. The sky would become dark to several rays.
Great Dragon Shenlong came out of there and complies my wish.
An imposing dragon of green scales would have come out of the spheres.
Tell me what your wish will be. I can only fulfill one wish.
Shenlong Dragon, I want you to tell me if Goku and his son Gohan have lost their lives.
That is your wish? It is very easy to fulfill.
Shenlong would start searching every possible corner of the world of the dead, and apart from that, he would also search all the planets. But in spite of searching, he would find nothing.
I can't feel the vital energy of Goku or that young Gohan. Most probably, they were eliminated by the power of the gods. Or they were erased from existence itself. Since there is no other explanation, that's all.
Shenlong, there is no more.
Tell me one quick thing. Is there any way to revive people if a god eliminates them?
In the multiverse, there are several divine laws. These are made up of 12 laws. And one of those laws, especially Law 6, it says that no being apart from the high-ranking ones can revive living beings eliminated by a god. Since those people become cosmic dust, my power as a dragon is not even above the weakest high-ranking beings. It is all that my power allows to speak. Without further ado, I say goodbye.
The spheres would have been shattered above the earth, thus being turned into stone. Vegeta would say, "So what he didn't want to happen happened. Kakarot and his son were eliminated by the power of the gods of destruction. But I promise that it's not good to stay like this." Bulma was also very sad. At the same time, upset, would have called the Whis in Beerus's planet. Whis would have received several missed calls from Bulma. "Mr. Beerus, I think they have already found out about everything. Do you plan to do something? I want you to answer the call. I'll have to give him a serious warning." After several missed calls, Beerus would have answered. The hologram of Beerus would be seen all over the Capsule Corporation. "Listen to me, everyone. Goku is just a nuisance. I only did what a god would do, and that is to eliminate the people and planets that are a problem. I don't need to explain what Goku did. And just one more thing. If they do anything that could harm me, I will destroy the Earth, as well as Frieza destroyed planet Vegeta. I don't mind annihilating the entire human race." Beerus would say this with a very intimidating face. Vegeta, who couldn't stand his words, would say, "I promise that this is not going to stay like this. You'll pay for it very expensive." "Vegeta, don't talk nonsense. You can't face my fearsome power. Just don't do anything rash or else, see you soon." The call would have been cut off. "Mr. Beerus, don't you think you're too hard on them? It's the only way for them to learn." Meanwhile, on Earth, all the Z-Warriors would have feel a great impotence for not being able to do anything because of their great weakness. "I'm not weak. I will not be left behind. Need to train even harder, whatever it costs me. Maybe someday I can avenge them. It is hard for me to say, but I will swallow my pride. There is nothing I can do for the time being." Meanwhile, Frieza, one of his commanders who was infiltrating Capsule Corporation, would have communicated with Emperor Frieza. In the meantime, on Frieza's ship, "Mr. Frieza, we are receiving a call from Earth. He says it's very important." Frieza would get in touch with her servant. The servant would tell him everything that happened to Frieza and show him some recordings. The longer Frieza watched those recordings, his eyes would open more and more because of the impression, "Oh, this can't be possible. Finally, Goku's vermin is no and will interpose my way. Without Goku's presence, I can conquer many planets. This is the best news they could have given me." Frieza would concentrate in order to feel Goku's ki as much as he could, but even though they were not so many light hours away, he would not be able to feel anything. The recording of the news seemed to be real. Apparently, I will never know anything more about that saying. Meanwhile, in the time chamber, going back to the present time, Goku and Gohan would start a strong training, thus gaining much better control of his ki veins. Gohan, even though he felt infinite loneliness, would not stop training. "For now, my only objective is to beat my father in power. I don't want to be weak anymore. I don't want to be trampled by anyone." This way, more than 20 years would have passed. Goku and Gohan in all that time would have become much stronger. Thus, Gohan achieving the Super Saiyan God, until reaching the blue, being a step away from passing another transformation. "I've become stronger. If I can combine the Super Saiyan Blue with my mystic power, I'll surely become stronger." On the other hand, Goku would have managed to perfect the Mastered Ultra Instinct, thus achieving 90% of his power. The more time passes, the harder it is for me to perfect the power of the Mastered Ultra Instinct, reaching 40, 50 and 60% was too easy, but reaching 90% became very difficult. I still have the hope that I will get out of here. Meanwhile, I will not stay behind. My son said that this humiliation will be returned by 1,000 to those bastards. Meanwhile, let them enjoy their momentary peace after a while. It will not be like this. My son said that this humiliation will be returned by 1,000 to those damned ones. In the meantime, let them enjoy their momentary peace after a while. It will not be so. Time would pass. More than 1,000 years would have passed in that room. Even though so many years would have passed, Goku and Gohan were still alive. Their bodies would not have changed absolutely nothing. The only thing that would change would be their mentality and their strength. When the time chamber was destroyed by the gods of destruction, somehow Goku and Gohan were still alive. The dimension of that room was still preserved. Perhaps the work of some strange force. The only thing that can be known is that time is paralyzed in that place. Therefore, their bodies do not age, and they do not feel any kind of hunger. Goku, the first 100 years, managed to control the mastered Ultra Instinct to 100%. After a few more years, he would achieve a new transformation. This was the Super Saiyan 3 Ascended. Goku would teach his son Gohan how to obtain the transformation of the Mastered Ultra Instinct. After Gohan managed to master the Mastered Ultra Instinct to perfection, another 100 years would have passed. The two Saiyans would be on par with each other in terms of power. If it wasn't for you, Father, I would never have obtained this great power, since you gave me your knowledge to become a god. One question, Father. Do you think this is our limit? Gohan, we Saiyans have no limits to our strength. I'm sure that after this transformation, a more powerful one will follow. How can you be so sure of that, Father? I don't know. I'm just guessing. We should try something. I want you to fight me with all your power. If you say so, Father, I will. Gohan would transform into Super Saiyan 3 Ascended. Goku would also do the same. The two Saiyans would begin to have an extremely fast and brutal fight. A mortal or inexperienced god would not be up to see this great battle. Suddenly, Gohan would throw a powerful blow to Goku in the face that would make him retreat too much. Goku would have drawn some blood from his mouth, but he would wipe it off. Your brute strength is not bad, son, but how about your inner strife? Goku would use his new ability, Eternal Divine Prison. A prison full of divine ki would have fallen on Gohan. In these 221 years apart from making me stronger, I have also experienced new techniques that could help me in the future. For example, this Eternal Divine Prison not only restricts the divine power, but also absorbs it. Gohan's divine ki would begin to be absorbed by the strange ability of his father. What does this mean, Father? Because you locked me in this. Son, don't you want to become stronger? Get out of my eternal prison. A great part of Gohan's power would have been absorbed by this prison. Goku would use mental power to make the gravity of the place increase 10,000 times more. The room would become completely red. I can't feel my body. My breathing has stopped. Perhaps my father has betrayed me after all this time. Father, take me out of this place. My body can't take it anymore. Gohan would start to scream because of the pain, thus seeing flashbacks of his past before he was locked up. Gohan, forgive me. The only way to know if we can have a new transformation is with you. You're the only Saiyan I know who can increase his fighting level so fast. Maybe in the future you will hate me, but I hope you understand that. Gohan's divine power would have been reduced to 0, thus returning to his base state. Gohan's eyes would turn white while he had an illusion of his daughter and wife being happy in a place outside of that room. What's wrong? Did I leave the room? Fidel, I'm glad you guys are okay. Apparently, Gohan had fallen into a mental illusion because he had run out of divine ki. Several minutes passed and Gohan was still in that momentary illusion. Goku wondered many things. Maybe I was wrong about my son. He couldn't get out the eternal prison. Meanwhile, Gohan continued living his life happily, when suddenly several gods of destruction appeared, killing his daughter and his wife. This can't be true. It can't be that this is happening to me. Gohan inside the illusion would begin to release a great power. Many rays would fall inside his body. The illusion would be completely broken. Goku would be able to move his ability, when suddenly a part of the dimension would begin to tremble. Gohan would let out a loud scream saying, "Damn gods, I will make them suffer for the death of my family." Gohan's eyes would have turned a shade of red, while a purple key would fall on him. The eternal prison was breaking little by little. What about my son? He's expelling immense power. I wasn't wrong about him. I'd better get out of here quickly. Goku's eternal prison would break completely. Gohan's blue hair would have changed to a shade of purple. His eyes would change to a shade of red. Apparently, Gohan would have obtained the Super Saiyan Purple God. Gohan's ki veins were throbbing strongly. Gohan, who was full of anger, would have lost consciousness, thus starting to attack Goku. Even though Goku was far away, it wouldn't take long Gohan to get close, thus starting to hit him over and over again. Goku would start screaming from the pain, thus telling his son to calm down. But Gohan wouldn't react, thus grabbing Goku by the neck. Goku would throw several energy balls in his face, but they had no effect against the Saiyan. My son's body became so resistant. If I don't escape from his hands, I fear I will lose my life for my own son. Goku's ki would start to glow strongly, leaving Gohan blind for a few seconds. Gohan would let go of Goku and squeeze his eyes. After 5 seconds, Gohan's sight would have returned to normal. The only thing Goku could do was to use his speed to escape from his son, since no skill or strange technique he possessed at that moment would be useful to him. From Gohan's hand would have come out a small ki sphere. This ki sphere contained a great level of energy. Goku felt that if this energy ball hit him, it could end his life. The energy ball would be thrown against the same, but when he was about to be hit, the energy ball would have disappeared. Some red rays would have started to come out of Gohan's body. He would start touching his head while he started to fly senselessly. Gohan's power would start to go down more and more. Apparently, his body was not ready for that transformation yet. His body would return to its base state, and then he would faint. This time, I was saved by miracle. My son could not control that transformation. Maybe it'll take him a few more years, but the only thing I know is that if I get that transformation, I will also have a fearsome power. The 1,000 years would have passed. Goku and Gohan, after 1,000 years, would have finally managed to control this transformation to perfection. I can't believe that we've been in this place for 1,000 years. After so long, we finally managed to master the transformation of the Super Saiyan Purple God. I don't remember what it was like out there. I haven't seen the sunlight in a long time, and my memories are still blurry. I feel like I'm forgetting the people that I really care about. Son, I also feel the same way. But the old thing that has kept me going all these years is the hatred I feel for those gods. Besides, we also need to find the culprit that made us stay in this place for so long, because naturally this is impossible. The world of the strong hides many secrets. Son, are you ready to finally leave this horrible place? Yes, Father, I'm ready. Goku and Gohan would use the Super Saiyan Purple God, thus increasing all their power. The time chamber would start to shake uncontrollably, half-hearted to seeing that nothing was happening, when suddenly the dimension of the time chamber began to break down little by little. Suddenly, a portal would have been created. Father, look at that! Or finally succeed in destroying this horrible place. Listen to me, Gohan. When I count 3, we will jump into that portal and we will finally be free. I ask that when we go out, you return to your base state. 1, 2, and 3. Goku and Gohan, after increasing their powers, would have jumped into the portal. After the two of them crossed the portal, it would have closed, thus taking them to Universe 6. These two Saiyans were in outer space, to then cover their body with a thin layer of ki to be able to breathe. Father, we've finally succeeded. Goku and Gohan would be in their base state. No god or angel would feel any strange anomaly in the universe. Son, I think it is time for revenge. First, we will go to visit the god of Universe 6. Goku and Gohan would have flown in great speed to the planet of Champa, arriving in just minutes. A creator would have been created on the ground of that planet. Champa, who was resting, would have felt that little tremor, so he asked his angel Vados to go and see what was happening. Vados, if it is Kaba or some of those, tell them that I don't feel like talking right now. I'm very tired.
As you say, Mr. Tampa.
Vados would have gone out of Campa's room to go outside. The outside was full of smoke.
I don't know who you are, but Mr. Camper doesn't want to see them today, so I suggest them to leave.
Goku would start laughing. We're not leaving here. We've been waiting for this day for a long time. Goku and Gohan would have come out of the smoke. Vados would be very surprised to see them.
Isn't he the saying of Universe 7? How the hell is he alive? And his son seems to be alive too. I saw how that place was destroyed by the gods. They should not exist anymore.
Vados would clench his fist tightly.
I'm sorry, but I can't move from here. My rules as an angel are to protect my god if necessary. Although I believe that you're not a threat, you're only a hindrance.
How can you be so sure of that? Son, just watch me. I myself will finish this, with this angel who doesn't know his place. Goku would have transformed into the purple Super Saiyan God, even though Goku's energy was so strong. At that moment, it would have not be felt anywhere since Goku knew how to hide it very well.
You think that because your hair changed color, I will be afraid of you?
Vados would throw himself against Goku. The angel would hit Goku in the neck. You better go to sleep until soon. The big punch would hit Goku's neck, but Goku would go on like nothing.
What's the matter? Normally he would have fallen to the ground, because I punched into anything to her.
That's all you got, Angel? I just felt tickled. Goku would kick Vados in the face. The angel would barely be up to dodge that kick.
Why did I have such a hard time dodging that? What the hell has he become? What the hell has he become? How has he become so strong? A mortal shouldn't have this power.
Goku and Vados began to have an intense battle, where Goku looked superior in many aspects. Angel, you really are so weak. For wanting to protect your god, you'll pay the price. Goku would begin to charge a ball of energy. In this ball of energy felt a lot of accumulate power. Dre Purple Energy! The energy ball would go against Ford's. She would use 2 hands to try to stop it, but it was impossible. The angel was being dragged by the small energy ball.
I will not lose my life so easily.
Vados would start screaming to deflect the energy ball. This energy ball would impact several nearby planets, thus creating a huge explosion. More than 20 planets of a colossal size were eliminated in just seconds.
The destructive power of his energy ball is not normal, because someone who is considered dead is still alive? This doesn't make any sense. It's only been 3 years after that event. I have to get serious.
Vados, after realizing the immense power that Goku carried, would have started to increase his energy, thus letting the Saiyans see the true power of an angel in his aim. In just a few moments, she would have moved through Goku in order to hit him from behind, but despite the angel's great speed, Goku was able to keep up with her. If you think that because you increased your power you could beat me, you are very wrong. Vados raised a staff to the sky, creating more than 2,000 copies of it.
My staff can be able to penetrate the heart of the strongest person. Try to dodge this.
More than 2,000 staffs would have passed over Goku, but Goku with his hands alone would begin to deflect them one by one until he reached the real one. After Goku tried to grab the real staff, the other 2,000 would have disappeared. When Goku would try to grab the staff, he would start to feel great pressure due to the power the staff had. Why is this angel staff so heavy? It's a bit difficult for me to carry it.
A dirty mortal like you can never be the bearer of my staff, let alone steal it from an angel.
You don't need to say that. Why Propo energy is not compatible with the staff. I think it's a price for obtaining this great power, but that doesn't matter. I will return it to you. Goku, even though it was hard for him to lift the staff, would have lifted it, thus starting to spin it with it. The staff would be launched against Vados at great speed. This angel did not give him time to react to hold the staff again, thus impregnating some energy in his body, so that it would be resistant. The staff would impact against it, causing this angel to shoot against the Champa house. The god who was sleeping would have woken up, wondering what was this big noise. Why are they making so much noise? I told them to let me sleep. Vados, who was on the ground and a little hurt, would say,
Mr. Champa, they're back, and they're back stronger than ever.
Vados, what are you talking about? Who has returned and what happened to you because you're in that state? Goku knocked on Champa's destroyed door. There's someone there. I've come to visit you. Hey god, you remember me? I was the mortal you eliminated. Champa, after hearing the saint's voice, got really scared. This can't be true, because you were alive? I'm sure we eliminated you with our powers. I see you want us to eliminate you again? It's a pity the other two gods are not here, but they are not necessary. Hey god, you better think twice. You're no match for me. Just look how I left your angel. Vados got up, healing his wounds with the help of his staff.
He's not lying, Mr. Champa. That scene from Universe 7 has overwhelming power. An escape is not an option. We'll have to visit them both off together.
Champa was starting to sweat. I don't know how you got so strong, but don't think I'm going to escape. Champa would throw himself against Goku, thus starting to hit him again and again, but Goku continued as if nothing. Not a millimeter of his body moved for the blows that this god was giving him. Goku would start to smile. You, along with your angel, are too weak. The Saiyan had grabbed Champa's neck to start hitting him in the face. Hey, you let go of me! What do you think you're doing? I can't breathe! Goku would squeeze Champa harder and harder, thus bringing him flashbacks of the past. I've suffered for so many years. I'm not going to let go of you, just like that. You bastard! Champa would increase the power of his body, starting to use Hakai energy. The god would somehow manage to break free from Goku's body and soar into the sky, creating a super ball of Hakai energy in his hand. Go back the way you came. The Hakai energy ball would have fallen on Goku. Champa, confident that he had eliminated Goku, would start laughing. He was just a weakling. I don't know why you had so much trouble with it. Did my father die because of that energy ball? No, that's impossible. Now that your father's dead, you're going to be next. Champa would be about to go against Gohan, but suddenly the whole planet would start to shake uncontrollably. Goku would have come out from under the earth along with the Hakai energy ball. Goku with his two hands would have started to compress it, thus disappearing the energy completely. He is still alive, it's impossible. And besides, he eliminated my Hakai energy ball. God, you better give up. You can't handle my great power. You shut the fuck up, you were nobody. I am a god, just understand that. Champa, very furious, would throw himself again against Goku, thus using 100% of his power. The two beings would move at a great speed, thus exchanging a few blows. The planets of the nearby places would begin to collapse. The beings of those planets would wonder what was happening. Out of nowhere, a clash of fists would begin. Although Champa exerted great pressure on his fists, Goku would beat him without any problem, thus giving him a strong blow in the face that would send him flying. Goku would teleport to kick him in the back and then send him into the air and give him a blow with both hands, so that he would fall to the ground dejected. Champa would fall to the ground, creating a large crater. The god, unlike the angel, could not be able to heal his wounds. Have I lost to a mortal? This makes no sense at all. Before you die, I will make you suffer a little. Eternal divine prison! A pressure would have fallen on Champa. The god would start screaming from the pain. His god power was being absorbed little by little. What the hell is this thing? My body is not able to move. Gohan, seeing the eternal prison, it would give him a little shiver just remembering it. To think that my father would use one of the cruelest techniques against that god, he really hates it. The screams of Champa did not stop sounding. This god would start asking of his angel Vados for help. Vados, please help me! I can't stand this! But when Vados was about to help him, Goku would look at her with a very intimidating face. If you move one more step, I'll end your life. Champa's screams would have stopped. His body would have turned to cosmic dust. There is nothing left of what it was. A purple dust would be seen on the floor, but it would be blown away thanks to the wind. Vados would clench his fists.
Mr. Champa has lost his life, and I could do nothing.
He single-handedly saw his death, and now you are next.
Wait a moment, don't eliminate me yet. If you want, I can serve you, just as I did with Mr. Champa.
An angel begging for his life. How curious, but I cannot spare your life, since when I was eliminated, you only saw me die while you smiled. So you will also have the same destiny.
We could not reach an agreement, so I'll have to give everything. This technique consumes all my energy, but it's preferable to lose my life.
The body of Vados would be filled with golden energy. Suddenly, the sky would have become dark, thus falling many lightning bolts. A giant angel in spiritual form would have made its presence known.
I hadn't used my strongest technique for a long time, but no one has been able to escape alive after I used it.
The angel would have raised his hand so that it would have fallen on Goku. Goku would have held the hand with two hands, but this giant angel would start to exert more pressure, thus singing, "Energy of the Final Judgment!" The giant's angel's hands would have turned golden. The energy that was in his hand would have passed into the Saiyan's body. Goku's bones would start to rattle a little bit. All that angel energy is coming through my body. My ki veins are getting damaged. Suddenly, Goku's feet would have fallen on the ground. My body's not able to withstand this energy. If I don't think of something fast, I might be in big trouble. Hey, Angel, you forgot that my father is not alone. He has me. I see that my father still needs to master the purple transformation, even though 1,000 years have passed. I can master this transformation much better. Gohan would have transformed into a state as a purple Super Saiyan God, thus throwing himself against a giant angel. The angel would have used his left hand to crush Gohan's body, using the same ability that was used against his father. Do you intend to damage my body with that angel energy? The angel would exert pressure against Gohan, but unlike his father, Gohan would rise from the ground, thus throwing a ball of energy against the hand. This ball of energy would have shattered the angel's left hand, and for some unknown reason, his hand was not able to rebuild itself. That mortal may have been able to damage my technique's hand, and the doomsday energy did not affect it at all. Suddenly, Gohan, with a single kick, would have removed the giant hand that was subduing his father. Father, leave this to me. The purple energy, you still cannot be able to control it so well. I didn't think this day would come. My son being stronger than me? I see that the 1,000 years were still not enough. I need to know the secrets of the purple energy. Goku would return to his base state. It's okay, son. Take care of this. Just don't take too long. Don't worry, father. This will be very brief. You've got a big ego boost just because you were able to make my technique lose a hand? Don't get so arrogant. Let's get this over with. Infernal, purple astral fist. Gohan's fist would be filled with a great energy, thus beginning to run at high speed. The angel, to see the large amount of energy that Gohan brought in his fists, would use his only hand to try to defend himself from that great attack. Suddenly, Gohan's fist would impact against the giant angels. His spirit would begin to break into 1,000 pieces.
My technique is being defeated by a mortal. It can't be possible.
The giant angel would have completely disappeared, leaving Vados very exhausted.
My angelic power has been exhausted. I didn't want to escape, but I have no other choice. I'll have to communicate with my father.
Gohan, finish it at once. Don't let him communicate with anyone. As you say, father. Gohan would charge a super Kamehameha, thus launching it against Batos. Before the Kamehameha hit Batos, she, with her last strength, fired a blast of energy out of the planning. The energy would hit Batos, his body would turn to dust, just like his god. Gohan would return to his base state. Father, the gods and angels, at least these ones, were very weak. I know, son, but we have already finished with 2 of them. Now we only need the rest. By the way, Father, that angel, before dying, launched a burst of energy. Don't you think that could bring us problems in the future? That doesn't matter, son. If all the gods and angels want to come for us, let them come. There's no reason to fear them. This time, I was a little confident in the fight, but in the future, I won't do it anymore. Well, Father, let's go to Universe 7. I want to know what happened to the Earth after 3 years. Goku and Gohan would have left that planet to return to their universe. Meanwhile, in another place, the energy ball of Vados would reach Universe 11, thus impacting against Belmod's planet. Margarita, check what has fallen on my planet.
As you command.
Margarita would go to the crater that would leave the energy ball.
This is too strange. I do not feel the presence of any strange being, but I feel a small essence very familiar. This is the energy of the Angel of Universe 6. Because it has come to my universe, I better call her to ask what happened.
I'd better call her to ask what happened. Margarita would call the Angel Vados, but when trying to communicate with her, she would not answer.
This is very strange because my sister does not answer my call. I'll have to visit her personally.
Margarita would go to the god Belmood to inform him about what happened. Well, that's very strange. To be honest, I don't like to be visiting other universes for no reason, but this time I guess it's something important. The 2 beings would have flown out of their universes to go to Universe 6. It would have been about 10 minutes to be exact. The god, along with his angel, would arrive at the planet of Champa. What happened here, because everything is devastated? Belmood would start shouting the name of Champa, but in spite of doing it, nobody answered. Perhaps that useless person has lost his life, because I can't feel his presence anywhere. This place is a disaster. Apparently there was a very recent fight. While Margarita was looking for her sister, she would find the staff of her deceased sister.
Lord Belmood, apparently my sister's staff is here, but she is nowhere to be found. An angel can't leave without her staff. I don't want to think the worst, but somehow someone could have beaten her in a battle. That would explain the disappearance of those 2 beings. But what being has the power to do it? This is the first time that an angel is eliminated. I'll have to inform my father about this. This can't stay like this. I won't allow it. When I find the culprit, I will tear him to pieces and take revenge for my sister's life.
The god Belmood, together with the angel Margarita, would go to the palace of Zenosama. Since they could not explain what had happened, once they arrived, the guards would have stopped them. What are you doing here? To come to this place, you need special permission from the great Sanosama. That does not matter now. I need you to bring my father here. I have to tell him something. The Shinkan, seeing such a commotion, he would have arrived without anyone calling him.
Father, I need to inform you of something.
You don't need to tell me anything, daughter. I could also feel it. One of my precious sons has lost his life. I have tried to use my power to see what happened in the planet of the god Champa, but I can't see the culprit. This is a matter that can't be overlooked. If you find the culprit, use this button to call me. I will come immediately. Daishinkan rift threw in the special boat into Margarita. She, together with the god Belmood, would have left the palace of Zenosam. Meanwhile, on Earth, Goku and Gohan had just arrived on Earth and formed a large crater in the ground. The arrival of the 2 would have caused a small tremor in the entire planet Earth. This place has not changed much in 3 years. Krillin, who was training, would have felt the great key of these 2 beings. Who are these 2 people? I feel that they have a great level of power. But long time ago, several warriors have lost their lives for not following the orders of the god Beerus. Although I cannot do much, I will go to see who they are. Krillin would go to the scene and would take a big surprise. It cannot be true. You're still alive. I thought they had lost their lives. Hi, Krillin. Yes, it's been a long time. It's been many years since we've seen each other. Hey, I need you to tell me something. I'm trying to feel the key of my other friends, because I can't feel them. Goku and Gohan, maybe this news will affect you a little, but I have to tell you. About 3 years ago, we found out that Mr. Beerus was one of the culprits of their deaths, so he gave us a warning. If we did anything that could harm him in the future, we were going to pay the consequences. We were all filled with fear, but after 6 months of training, we decided to face him together. Flashback to the past. So you were guilty of Kakarot's death? Don't think this is going to stay like that. Vegeta would have transformed into Super Saiyan Blue Max. Thus launching himself against Beerus. Vegeta would start hitting Beerus again and again, but this god would stop his blows with both hands and without any problem. You'll need more than that to defeat me. Beerus would grab Vegeta's hand to whip him to the ground and then give him a kick in the ribs, which would send him flying. Vegeta, despite having received great damage from Beerus, would get up again and charge one last flash. The final flash would go against the god, but with one hand he would deflect it completely to get in front of Vegeta, and with the tip of his hand he would give him a small blow on his forehead. Vegeta would be unconscious for a few seconds, but he would regain consciousness without any problem after only 3 seconds. How the hell is he so strong? Even though I'm using almost all my power, I still can't fight him. Vegeta, you better give up. You can't do anything against me. He's right, but I have to keep on fighting. Suddenly, when Vegeta was about to attack Beerus again, the rest of the Sea Warriors they would launch to attack him, but Beerus without any problem would leave them injured. 6 months ago I gave you a warning, but I see that you don't learn. I will have to give you a more severe punishment. Beerus would start to eliminate several of the Z Warriors. When only Krillin was left, Vegeta would scream to stop him. Stop once and for all. Don't eliminate anyone else. If you ask me to, I won't do it. Why don't we make this fight more interesting? Beerus would grab Bulma's neck, thus using mental power to keep Bulma in the air. God, don't you dare touch my wife, I'm warning you! And if I don't want to, what will happen? Die, mortal. Hakai! Bulma would scream, her body would turn into dust completely. Vegeta would be totally shocked when he saw this. Vegeta, he would start to back up, while touching his head. This can't be happening. My beloved wife, Bulma. He eliminated her without further ado. Suddenly, from Vegeta's body, many rays would start to come out. A purple energy would be present, thus Vegeta obtaining the Ultra Ego. Beerus, seeing this, would be very surprised. That mortal managed to activate the energy of the gods of destruction? How is that possible? Vegeta, who could not control his anger, would throw himself against Beerus at great speed to start hitting him, but unlike the other time, his blows were much stronger, thus making the god start to cover himself from his attacks. Was able to increase his power instantly just because he got angry. Ending his life could be a waste. It will be better to keep him alive. Suddenly, Vegeta would give Beerus a very powerful kick, which would knock him back completely. Bursts of energies were coming out of Vegeta's hands, but even though Vegeta would have managed to get the god's power, his power was not strong enough to make Beerus get serious. The god would launch a ball of Hakai energy against Vegeta. The Saiyan would use his 2 hands to stop it, but as he tried to do so, his body would lose more and more strength. I will make you my servant, Vegeta. Mental possession slavery without limits. The ability would have fallen on Vegeta, so his body would become totally immobile. Beerus would make his Hakai energy disappear, while Vegeta internally tried to struggle not to be controlled. The transformation of the Ultra Ego would be lost in Vegeta's body, thus returning to its base state. Esther Beerus, to think that you used such a cruel technique against the Vegeta Saiyan. He asked for it. Besides, now I know the potential he has in the future. If I train him well, he could be useful to me. More than 3 minutes have passed and Vegeta still doesn't fall into his mind control. He still resists, but it won't take long for him to give in to my mind control. Meanwhile, inside Vegeta, in that place you could see thousands of copies of the god Beerus cornering the Saiyan. My memories are being lost. I can't be controlled. But despite Vegeta's will, his body would be controlled by the god of destruction. Apparently you succeeded, Mr. Beerus. Beerus, after controlling Vegeta, would laugh loudly. Apparently I got something very valuable today. Thanks to Vegeta's sacrifice, I will spare the lives of all mankind. Do not cause me any more problems. The god would leave the planet with Vegeta. End of flashback. So that's what happened. Bulma also lost her life because of that god. I have to avenge her. Gohan, reunite with your family. I will reunite with your mother. Tomorrow, we will leave to the planet of Mr. Beerus. Goku would go to Chi-Chi's house, knocking on the door. She would have come out like this, starting to hug Goku, rejoicing that he was still alive. Her son Goten would also do the same. At that time, Chi-Chi had to take care of Trunks. Father, how are you alive? Miss Bulma used the Dragon Spheres and said that your body had been eliminated along with my brother's body. It's a long story. Goku would start telling everything to Goten, Chi-Chi, and Trunks. Meanwhile, Gohan would arrive at Videl's house. Unlike his father, he wouldn't have the same luck. Krillin didn't tell him the rest of his story, since he didn't know how Gohan would react. Apparently, his wife and daughter died at the hands of that god. When he got home, he would find a letter on the floor. The more he read the letter, the more he could not hold back his tears. Videl knew that if she faced that god, she would lose her life, but she did it anyway. This is not fair in any way. I will make him pay. Suddenly, Gohan's house would explode completely, and a very intense purple light would come out of it. Gohan would use the purple Super Saiyan. Gohan's ki would be felt in almost all universes. The other gods would be very shocked at such powerful ki. Goku, who was talking to his family, would leave his house immediately, thus flying to Gohan at great speed. Goku would arrive and ask Gohan to calm down, but Gohan did not pay attention. He was very angry. Father, don't try to stop me. That god killed my daughter and Videl. I have to avenge them. I will make him pay. Okay, Gohan, as you wish. Gohan together with Goku would fly at high speeds towards Beerus' planet. It would take them only 3 minutes to arrive. While they were arriving, Whis would wake up very alert. I feel two ki approaching a high speed. One of them has a huge power because my body trembles. Who are these two people? Beerus would also wake up. Whis, you feel that? I can feel it. You better get ready. I feel a strong killer energy, especially in one of them. Beerus and Whis would go outside their house, thus waiting for the two beings of great power. Goku and Gohan would soon arrive, thus creating a big explosion for their arrival. God, you will pay for what you did to my daughter and my wife. God, you will pay for what you did to my daughter and wife. That appearance cannot be Pasa. You are the son of Goku. How is it that you are still alive? And if you are still alive, I guess Goku is also still alive. Goku would have come out behind Gohan, leaving the god of destruction impressed. Beerus, you better get ready. My son is very angry, and even I can control him. You should never have messed with us. What a moment, because I feel that your son has enormous power. How the hell did you become so strong? We're dead. Why are you still here alive? Damn God, stop asking yourself questions. What you did to my daughter and my wife, I will never forgive you. I've been reborn from the dead just to take your head, and that is something I will accomplish today. Certainly, now you look more powerful because of your purple hair. But don't be so smug. You'll never beat a god. Whis, I'll finish him off myself. You don't need to get involved. You said you were reborn from the dead? Well, I hope you'll never be reborn mortal again. Beerus would have increased his power, thus using 20%. The god would throw himself against Gohan, giving him a punch in the face. But Gohan, who was very angry, would not move even an inch, thus squeezing the god's hand to then whip him against the floor. The body of the god would be thrown far away, but Gohan would move very fast to give him a punch in the back. This would go on like this for a minute. Beerus could do absolutely nothing. You should never have done that to my wife, because I loved her so much. Who gives you the right to take her life? Gohan would charge a Kamehameha like this, throwing it to the god. But Whis, seeing this, would get in front of him to deflect it. Sir Beerus, now he needs help. Whis, I asked you not to get involved. I can handle this. As he is so strong, I was not able to do anything to using my 20%. Will it be the first time I tremble for a mortal? I can't let myself be humiliated like that. Beerus would get up very quickly to stand in front of Gohan, the god who used to Hakai against Gohan. But this would not have affected him at all. The power of the gods has no effect on you, because you didn't disappear. God, I am much stronger than you. You're just a simple piece of garbage. Gohan would hit Beerus in the stomach using his purple Asura fist. The blow would be so strong that Beerus' internal bones would break almost completely. The god who couldn't even use his 100% was lying on the ground very humiliated. Gohan would hit his face again and again. Every blow he gave to the god only caused him more anger for the death of his wife. Beerus, who was tired of being prey to Gohan's attacks, would close his eyes momentarily to use his 100%. The energy of the god would have been seen throughout the Universe 7. The planet of Beerus would begin to be destroyed by such energy. Gohan would back out by his own instinct. I can't believe that a mortal who seeks revenge made me use 100% of my power? My internal body is very hurt. The god would spit blood. Suddenly, steam would come out of his body. The bones that were broken would have been almost completely rebuilt. Let's see who will be the humiliated one now. Beerus and Gohan would start having an intense fight. The surrounding plants would explode for every hit these two beings gave. You are not doing bad for a mortal. You might be able to keep up with me. The god would create a ball of Hakai energy to lock Gohan inside it. But despite what the god thought, this ball of energy would not have had any effect on it. Why the hell aren't you screaming from the pain? Gohan, with only one hand, would have broken the ball of Hakai energy to grab the neck of the god. You can be able to feel this pain. You eliminated two innocent people. You do not deserve to be called God. I recognize you are very strong, perhaps the strongest opponent I faced, but your wife only sought her death. If I die today, you will also go with me. You bastard, I will use my last ability. The place would shake more than normal. Out of nowhere in the place would have appeared a huge snake. From this would come out great power. The snake, to see Beerus in trouble, would use its giant tail to hit the body of Gohan. The Saiyan would retreat only a few inches, while wondering what was that huge thing that appeared in the place. So Mr. Beerus has used his last trump card, stammering that snake wears out a lot of his ki. But there's no denying that in this fight we already know who will be the winner. There's no way he can beat the Snake of Destruction, no matter how powerful that young man is. The snake would start attacking Gohan, using its head to try to eat him, but Gohan would dodge its attacks very easily. Suddenly, the snake would start moving its tail, creating a sound that paralyzed anyone who heard it. Goku, who was in a base state, would be totally paralyzed. What's wrong with my body? I can't be out to move it. Is it because of that sound? I think I should have used at least one transformation to avoid this kind of situation. Beerus, who is using his mental power to control the Snake of Destruction, would realize that Goku could not be able to move even a muscle of his body. Mortal, first I will finish with your father, and then I will finish with you. The snake would launch a Hakai energy ball from his mouth. When the energy ball was about to hit Goku, Gohan would move at great speed to give him a kick, which would completely deflect the energy ball. God, this fight is between you and me. How is it possible the sound of the structure has no effect on you? You must have been totally paralyzed just like your father. At that moment, Beerus would realize that the mortal in front of him was not a normal person. For him, he was almost invincible. I spent so much ki on this snake, and its power's no effect on you? The snake would have coiled around Gohan's body to squeeze it tightly. Suddenly, the snake would explode, leaving the planet Beerus almost completely destroyed. After the smoke was gone, Gohan's body, along with his ki, would have disappeared. The god would laugh. In the end, you couldn't beat me. I hope you and your wife meet in hell. It's true that his soul no longer exists. The god who is Coffin would walk together with his angel so that he could heal his wounds. But when he least expected it, God would have appeared behind the god of destruction. The angel Wisp would shout to warn him. But it was too late. Gohan with his hand would pierce the chest of the god of destruction. The god would spit blood while little by little he would lose his vision. Gohan very removed his hand from Beerus's chest. The god would fall to the ground in agony while Gohan stepped on his head. Your worst mistake was to mess with the people I love the most. Now I will choose your destiny. You will go neither to heaven nor to hell. You will turn to dust along with your brother. Eternal, divine prison. The ability would have fallen on Beerus. The god who was almost dying wondered what that prison was. His soul would begin to be destroyed while he was screamed in pain. After a few seconds, his body would turn to dust. Only the ashes of that god could be seen. Gohan would pick up those ashes of dust and walk slowly against Whis. The same destiny awaits you too. Gohan would throw a dust of Beerus into endless space. Whis would be totally shocked by everything he witnessed. He was able to withstand a fight against Lord Beerus, and if that wasn't enough, he has almost no scratches on his body. He continues as if nothing. No doubt he won't be someone so easy to defeat. The snake of destruction in the world of the gods was a very strong beast capable of bringing anyone to his knees. But that young man was not affected by any of it? What if I run away from this place? Whis would start to question so many things in his head. He knew perfectly well that he didn't have any advantage. It was a win or lose. But if he wanted to escape, it was almost impossible. Gohan's speed was too fast. The only thing he can do was to try his luck fighting him. Besides, he also had mixed feelings about the death of the Destroyer God. To think that we had so much time together, and now you just left. I promise you that I will try to end the life of that mortal. Whis, now you will be the next one to lose your life. You saw what I am capable of, so don't hold back. Sample your true power. I won't rest until I see all of you dead. Meanwhile, in the place of Zeno-sama, Daishinkan, who was doing his usual chores, was very surprised after feeling that enormous key. Who is this person? How is someone capable of having so much power? Maybe he is the one to blame for the death of my daughter. I will have to check it. If I let my sons fight against him, possibly he will end up ending the lives of everyone. I guess I will have to take care of him myself. Mr. Zenel-sama, you excuse me, I have some business to do, so I'll be back a little late. Anyway, I will call you if it is necessary for you to finish with the life of this guy. I understand what you're telling me, Daishinkan. Good luck. Daishinkan would fly away from Zeno-sama's palace to the planet of Beerus. Meanwhile, in another universe, the god Belmerd would also feel the enormous key. He would remain motionless for a few minutes, while sweat would fall from his body. Margarita, how is someone capable of having so much power? Mr. Belmerd, I think we found the person responsible for my sister's death. Besides, I feel that my father is moving at great speed right now to Universe 7. Do you think they have something to do with all this commotion? We'll have to find out. We cannot stay with our hands crossed. I am a little afraid of the power of this being, but we are going there anyway. They would also go to Universe 7, while on the planet of Beerus. I guess I have no choice but to fight. Whis would throw himself against Goon. The two beings would start to have a very fast fight. Gohan would hit Whis from behind, but he would deflect it with both hands. Gohan would throw Ki Blast against Whis, but this angel would dodge them very easily. Maybe you are stronger now, but don't forget that I trained with your father, and if somehow you became so strong training with him, I know where your weak points could be. Whis, not to trust even a little, would have activated his Ultra Instinct as an angel. His eyes would turn silver, while his speed would become faster. Even Whis was about to hit Gohan again. He would feel the presence of his father approaching at high speed. The angel would stop. Gohan, seeing that Whis stopped, would have given him a punch in the face. What's wrong, Angel? Why do you stay still? Don't be a coward and attack me. Whis would mentally think, so my father managed to find out everything. I just have to resist until he comes. Whis would start smiling. Son, be careful. He just trusted himself. I think something very bad is about to happen. Gohan, despite his father's warnings, would throw himself against the angel again. Gohan's blows were so fast that Whis' Ultra Instinct could barely dodge them. I just need a little more time for my father to arrive. Whis began to impregnate some angel power in his staff, so that it would be heavier and have more strength. The angel would move very fast to hit the arms of the sand with his staff, but Gohan would have supported this attack as if nothing. Suddenly, a giant angel wings would have left the body of Whis. From these wings would have left more than 1,000 sharp feathers of white color. Whis, with his mental power, would have created a whirlwind with the feathers of his wings. What the hell is that thing? I feel a great amount of power in that whirlwind. I'd better get away from it. Gohan would have stepped back so the whirlwind wouldn't hit him, but it was too late. That he would have fallen inside the whirlwind. More than 1,000 wings with a very sharp edge were cutting him all over his body. What's wrong? You can't be able to move because of my ability? I also have some tricks to hold back people like you. Arrogance mortal, you will pay for the death of Lord Beerus, and you should have never messed with us. Goku wanted to fight to help his son, but Gohan would have stopped him. Listen to me, Angel. This simple whirlwind will not stop me. The whirlwind would start getting smaller, thus leaving Gohan in a life-or-death situation. Gohan would have closed his eyes while increasing his power more. The purple energy he had would have permeated his body. The feathers on Whis' wings wouldn't affect him at all. Gohan would come out of the whirlwind as if nothing had happened. Apparently, his wounds would have healed mysteriously. These things are just child's play. Gohan would throw himself against Whis to give him a very strong blow on the head. This would make Whis lose consciousness momentarily. His whirlwind would have disappeared. The angel would be lying on the ground. Gohan grabbed Whis' neck. That's all you have? Why don't you fight seriously against me? You're like your god. So weak. Just disappear. Gohan was able to eliminate the body of Whis, but suddenly in the sky a very intimidating voice could be heard. That voice would leave Gohan paralyzed for a few seconds. What do you think you're doing to my son, you bastard? You better stop right now, or else you will know the consequences. Gohan, at that moment, he couldn't recognize the imposing voice that was sounding. Tell me who you are. If you don't want me to hurt your son, come down from wherever you are and force me. In this world, only the strong have the right to rule. Gohan, in spite of the warning of the imposing voice, started with load an energy ball in his hands. But the being that was unknown at the time would have thrown an energy bolt to stop Gohan's attack. I told you to stop. The sky of Beerus' planet would have split in two. Daishinkong would have come out of there with an angry face. Father, you finally came. I did what I could, but look how he left me. Besides, he also laminated Lord Beerus. Have no pity on him. I see it, and I don't believe it. So the one responsible for the death of my daughter is the son of the same Goku? I don't know how you were able to obtain that strength, but you're not worthy of it. Daishinkong would continue talking, but as he continued talking, he would realize something very strange. Hey, wait a minute. How were you able to obtain the legendary purple power? Those reddish eyes don't fool me. You are a bearer of the legendary purple power. I thought that power was lost thousands of years ago. Now I've more reasons to end your pathetic life. If I manage to absorb your vital energy, I can keep the purple power. In this multiverse, the only being that can do what he pleases is me, and the great Zeno-san. You are just an ant that has broken the rules, and for that reason, you need a severe punishment. I condemn you to the death penalty. So you come to steal my power and kill me? I don't think that will happen. I only seek revenge for the death of my wife, but if you get in my way, you will also get what you deserve. Stop being a talker and fight. Daishinkong was beginning to increase his power. A pressure felt in the place was too much. Goku, who was in base state, would find it hard to breathe too much. So that's the power of the strongest angel of all. It's really scary. I think this time Gohan won't be able to fight it. I'll just have to help him. Gohan, just like his father, would be surprised. He has a very fearsome power. His power does not compare with the power of his sons. This will not be so simple. Gohan would put purple energy in his right hand. Purple Asura Fist! the blow would go against the angel, but this, with the tip of his hand, would have stopped it completely. Authority from Angel, get down on your knees. Daishinkan would activate one of his abilities. This was the Angel Authority. Whatever this angel said under the power of this ability, the enemy had to do it. Kneel before my mortal. Gohan's legs would have started to move on their own. No, what's wrong with my body? I can't be able to control it. Sweat would start to fall in his face. Even though he didn't want to kneel down, his body would have started to move by itself. It's fine for you to kneel down before me. I want you to understand your place. Keep looking at me from below. I'm not going to kneel down before anyone, especially not before someone like you. Daishinkan, seeing Gohan's words, would start kicking him in the face over and over again. Blood would come out of Gohan's mouth, but it would heal quickly. I see that your purple power helps you to heal your wounds quickly. Now that you can't do anything under my angel authority, I'm going to steal all that power you have. Someone as weak as you doesn't deserve to have it. Daishinkan would have put his hands on Gohan's head, but Goku would yell, "Hey you, let go of my son!" He's not the only one who can be able to master that power. Goku would increase his power, thus revealing his most powerful transformation, the Super Saiyan Purple God. It can't be possible. Two beings with that enormous power? Goku would stand in front of Daishinkan, squeezing his hand to let go of his son's head. Goku would slap him on the chest to make him retreat. Gohan was still under Daishinkan's ability, would still stand still. Son, get up. Are you going to let the power of a miserable angel control you? Remember why you are here. Suddenly, Gohan, even though he could not be able to get up, he would have stood up with a lot of effort. My authority as an angel is not working against him? No, it's not that. That he is making a lot of effort to stand up, but that doesn't matter now. Even if they are purple power bearers, they won't be able to beat me. I am much stronger than the... Son, let's finish with that angel. The two of us together. Gohan, even though he didn't want his father's help, he would have accepted since he had no other choice. The two Saiyans would have launched themselves against Daishinkan. A fight between the three beings of great power would have begun. The planets along with the stars would have started to explode. Belmood, on its way to the Universe 7, would have felt this powerful fight. The god would have been very scared along with his angel. What's wrong with these levels of power? They don't make any sense at all. In the distance, he could see small shadows moving at high speed. Although he could not see well who those three subjects, is Daisy the angel, who could barely lurk because of the speed of the battle, would realize who were the two subjects with whom his father was fighting. Lord Belmood, the culprits of my sister's death are the same that you yourself eliminated. What? What are you saying? I myself saw how that place turned to dust, along with his soul and body. A mortal can't be up to revive after a god eliminates him. Lord Belmood, trust me, I wouldn't be up to lie to you. They're both fighting with my father. But how is it possible? It was only 3 years after the deaths. How did they both get such power? Belmood cannot believe that the Saiyan that he eliminated some years ago was still alive. I thought of so many powerful beings, but didn't think it was those two. If your father is not able to beat them, our lives will be doomed. But it doesn't matter if he wins. I'm not going to give them my life. Meanwhile, Goku and Gohan, they both fought against Daishinkan. So being able to dodge some blows, you guys are not doing bad at all. But you lack more coordination. Daishinkan would grab the body of both Zen to throw them to the ground, but Goku would get up quickly to fight alone against Daishinkan. Don't think that because my son has lost so much power in his previous fights, you will be able to beat us. Goku would use his friend Krillin's technique to make Daishinkan lose his eye save for a few seconds. You bastard! What did you do to my eyes? I can't be able to see anything! I didn't think that Krillin's technique would be useful at this moment. Goku would take advantage that Daishinkan had lost his vision, so he would go where his son was. Gohan, I know you don't have that much power left, but if we want to finish him, we'll have to make an attack together. What do you mean, father? Do you remember when we fought with Cell? Even though I was not alive, I was able to help you. But this time is different. I am here. I understand what you're trying to say. If you say so, I will do it. Gohan would stand up again to concentrate his power in the palm of his hands. Goku would also have done the same, thus creating a super Kamehameha of purple color. The two would have launched this devastating attack against the angel. Hardly Daishinkan could be able to recover his sight, because to use his two hands to try to stop the great attack of Thokui Gohan? What happens with all this great amount of energies? Come on, son, put a lot more power. The Kamehameha would have become much more powerful, thus being able to push back Daishinkan's body. Veins were coming out of his hands. They think they can defeat me with a combined attack between father and son, but I haven't even demonstrated my true capabilities. Never underestimate the power of the most powerful angel. Damn mortals! They think they can reach the stars without being able to fly? Burn stars, burn! Vibrate stages, vibrate! Power increases to 60%. Daishinkan's body would be filled with a very white aura. Goku and Gohan would see such an increase in power. They would get a little scared, but they would still continue with their attack. But even though they put more power, Daishinkan didn't even need a little bit. That's the best they have? The combine attack would have fallen on the angel. Were we able to eliminate him? Gohan would return to his base state. His purple power had been completely exhausted. Both they would be very happy because they thought they had won, but not even a minute would pass when a laugh would echo throughout the place. That attack of yours didn't even make me any scratch. He's still alive? His power has no limit whatsoever. He's still alive. His power has no limit. But how is it possible that I gave too much power in that combined attack, that the attack didn't do anything to him? Father, I can't take it anymore. My energies are not recovering and the purple power that is in my body is fading. I think that even though I matched the transformation of the Super Saint Purple God, I shouldn't have used for so long. Gohan would have spit blood. Son, resist. You still can't think. If you do, you may never be able to avenge your wife. They thought they could defeat me by unifying their powers in a super attack? Well, they are wrong. Now what are they supposed to do? Your son is in a very bad state, and you alone, I don't think you can defeat me. This is a very good opportunity to steal the little purple energy that your son has left. Daishinkan would move quickly to where Gohan's injured body was, but Goku would stood in front of him. I won't let you touch my son, even if it costs me my life. Goku would hit Daishinkan in the stomach, but this blow would have no effect. Daishinkan would charge an energy ball to throw it to Goku. The Saiyan would fly thousands of meters away from the place. Thus crashing to the ground. I can't believe a simple energy ball left me so badly wounded. I guess I'll use that. Goku would charge energy in his two hands, thus using eternal divine prison ability. Purple chains would have fallen from the sky, while a large prison would have been placed on top of the angel. What is this thing supposed to be? In my years of existence, I've never seen such a fierce mobility. The prison would start draining the angel's energy. I see. So you plan to drain all my energy until my body is ashes. It's a good ability. For sure it's a forbidden technique, but it won't work against me. The purple chains would be put on Daishinkan's body. Goku would use mental power to make the chains much more resistant. The energy consumption would have doubled 2 times more. If my ability doesn't work against him, I don't know what the hell I will do. I'll have to skip with my son while I still have time. But if I move just 1 centimeter, the ability would be totally cancelled. Father, this was the technique they used to eliminate Mr. Beerus. I didn't think that Goku would also do the same technique. I see. So you used this ability to eliminate the gods? Too bad that doesn't work against a being as strong as me. Daishinkan would start to increase his power more, causing the chains to break completely. The prison would start to break. It can't be possible. For the first time, someone managed to escape from my ability. Daishinkan would have broken Goku's ability completely, thus starting to walk slowly to where the Saiyan was. There is nothing you can do now. Even with the purple power, they are not able to defeat you. Daishinkan, just like Goku, would summon golden chains. These chains would bind the hands and feet of Goku and Gohan. I can't be able to move! These chains are the same as Myodold. They absorb the power of the user to benefit the wearer. It's only a matter of time before they become cosmic dust. Let go of me, you damn angel! Don't think you'll get away with it, because even though I trained for so long in that room, I could not be able to defeat him, because I'm still weak. I didn't think my life would get to this point. The power of Goku and Gohan would begin to drain almost completely, when suddenly a voice would start to sound inside Gohan. The Saiyan, when the end had become totally unconscious, could hear this voice in his thoughts. Who are you and why are you calling me? You're going to let him end your life? You and your father were chosen to receive the legendary purple power. I saw you train in that room for quite some time, and I told myself that you two would be the bearers of my great power. Just remember something. In life, everyone will leave, but your father will always be with you. It is time for you and your father to unite your powers. Wait, you say that I merge with my father? But the fusion has its limits, right? I don't mean a fusion. I mean something much more powerful. With a fusion, they couldn't get their true potential. There's only one problem. You'll have to live internally with your father. You'll never be able to leave his body. But in exchange, they will receive a great power. I know it is hard, but it is the only way for them to leave alive. Then I will have to renounce my body and live internally with my father while I give him my power. If it is the only way, it is fine, we will do it. My father and I have the same goals. As orders, spiritual fusion of mind and body, activate yourself. Gohan's body would start to glow intensely. What is wrong with my son? Because he's starting to glow. A strong wind would start to blow all over the place, while the sky would become dark. Gohan would start to rise in the sky. Father, listen to me. At this moment, you and I will be one person. I will live inside you. I hope you can fulfill my wishes and avenge my wife. Wait, Gohan, don't do it! You can't give up your body like that. It's too late. This is the only way to win. Suddenly, Goku's body would be filled with purple particles, while a ray together with Gohan's body would start to merge with his body. The saying that only start to scream at that moment, while getting a new transformation. A lot of hair would start to grow, while his monkey tail would grow again. A purple moon would have come out of the sky. Goku would look at the moon and its size would start to increase, while it would start to roar with great force. What's wrong with that mortal? Now he looks like a wild beast. Father, in case you didn't know, Saiyans can turn into giant monkeys to increase their power. You better watch out for him. No need to tell me. Goku would begin to destroy everything in his path. The moon that was in the sky would have disappeared. Goku would return to his normal size, thus showing his new transformation. I feel my power has increased a lot. I feel the power of my son flowing through my body. But I cannot be able to communicate with him. Son, if you sacrifice yourself that I can defeat this angel, I promise you that I will not let your sacrifice be in vain. I don't know what name I can give this strange transformation, but surely, if someday you speak to me again, you will choose the name in your honor. My son, what the hell is this transformation? I don't understand what just happened. Angel, you will pay for everything. The chains would be broken completely. Who is able to break my chains? Impossible! Goku, it would have started to load 2 energy balls in his hand in order to throw them at Daishinkan. You think that because you look different now, you can beat me? You're wrong. Daishinkan would try to stop the energy ball in deflecting it, but in doing so would have created a large explosion, which would leave a little nervous to the angel. That destructive power. It does not make any sense. The second ball's energy would also go directly to the angel, but with a little effort, he would return it to Goku. Goku, without any effort, would deflect it completely. Suddenly, the Saiyan would move in front of Daishinkan, thus creating 3 clones with his ki. The 3 clones would start attacking the angel at the same time. Daishinkan could barely dodge his blows. A blow would have gone to the ribs of the angel, but the would have stopped it with his fist, creating strong currents of air. Angel, for how much longer will you resist by 2 clones? Why don't you try this? Goku, along with his other 2 clones, would have kicked Daishinkan all over his face. The angel would have fallen to the ground. The clones would have disappeared while Goku approached the angel to start hitting him. How did you become so strong? Before, you couldn't do anything to me. I'll really have to get serious against a mortal like you. Daishinkan, seeing the situation he was in, would have started to increase all his power, thus releasing his 100%. Father, don't do it! If you do it, your body will never be able to recover. Son, that doesn't matter to me now. I won't rest until I see him dead. The planet of beers would have been completely destroyed. Goku, together with Whis and Daishinka, would have been left in the void of outer space. Universe 7 would start to tremble by such power. What an incredible power. The whole Universe 7 is trembling by his great power. Belmood, who is more than a spectator together with Angel Margarita, would be very shocked. Margarita, I think it was not a very good idea to come to Universe 7. If we get caught in the fight of these two beings so powerful, we will lose our lives for sure. I know I said I will not give away my life, but seeing this I realized a difference in power. That Saiyan manages to overcome his limbs more and more. I don't understand how he's so strong. But this is not the time to think about that. If we don't want Universe 11 to be eliminated, let's get out of here. So he's going to escape? In the end, it's for the best. Margarita, that saying, is not going to spare anyone. We should prepare ourselves like this by putting up a barrier in Universe 11, so that beast can't enter. You're right. Now that my father is released as 100%, the whole multiverse could be in danger. We'd better prepare ourselves. Belmir, together with his angel, to escape from the place to go back to his planet. If this continues like this, he will destroy Universe 7 with his power alone. I will have to calm him down. Hey, Angel, don't raise your power so much. You're endangering my universe. Don't give me orders, Sing. You look for this and now you're going to die. Daishinkan would have increased his 100%, thus throwing himself against Goku. Universe 7 was being destroyed by this great battle. Goku was resisting the blows of Daishinkan as much as he could, but while he was fighting, the only thing that was going through his mind was to eliminate the angel to save his universe. 3,000 Asura blows, 3,000 giant fists would have been seen all over the space, thus surrounding the angel. The 3,000 blows would have fallen one by one against the angel. The angel would dodge them, but several would have fallen all over his body, hurting him a little, but those wounds would heal in just a few seconds. Were 3,000 Asura blows not enough to defeat him? He has a lot of resistance. It's my turn. If you became so strong, resist this. Punishing Angel's spear. A giant golden-colored spear would have come out of the space, thus being launched against the ceiling. Goku would have put his two hands, while Daishinkan exerted more pressure. The spear is very heavy. My body doesn't move. That Shinkan, taking advantage of the fact that Goku would have fallen under his ability, he would stand in front of him to pierce his body. Goku would spit some blood, while the spear would have fallen on him. That's the best you have? Your son sacrificed himself and you still can't defeat me? Shut the fuck up. This is nothing to me. In the time I was locked up, I went through 1,000 times worse things. Goku's wound began to heal. Goku, who was being subdued by the spear, would have begun to lift it, thus squeezing the spear so that it would be destroyed. Wow, so you were able to destroy that? You're not doing so bad, mortal. But your universe is very close to destruction. If we continue fighting, in the end, the Universe 7 will only be a lifeless place wrapped in flames. I have time without seeing the explosion of a universe. Damn it, I cannot use the maximum power I've achieved by this situation. Now if I'm cornered without knowing what to do, time is running out. Saiyan, what will be your next move? I'm very intrigued. Saiyan, what will be your next move? I'm very intrigued. Damn it, I don't have time. I definitely have to think of something fast. The only way is to do it peacefully. I have to make us fight somewhere else. Hey Angel, there's no need for Universe 7 to be destroyed. If this universe is destroyed, it could cause the destruction of the other universes. So it's not something that suits you, true. What if we fight somewhere else? Now you think you're in the position to give me orders? The destruction of this universe is inevitable. You brought it on yourself. Do not forget that you eliminated several gods and several of my children. Remember that in this world, only the power can speak for you. Are you crazy? Are you going to eliminate innocent people? I don't care about that. Come on, make your next move. Time is running out. Suddenly, in the Universe 7, small cracks would have appeared. Thanks to that, a black hole would have formed, thus destroying several planets. 10% of the universal life would have been lost in just a few moments. Look how your world is destroyed little by little, and you do nothing. You are miserable. I have no choice but to fight. Goku would have increased his ki to give a punch to Daishinkan. The two beings would start fighting again. Goku, even though he was hitting very fast, he was not being precise since he was under a lot of pressure. Daishinkan kicked his face, causing Goku to crash with a very close planet that was in the place. Eliminating you at once would be a waste. I will play with you a little bit. Daishinkan began to launch several balls of energy against the Saiyan. Goku was being subdued by the angel. My body can't react, but I still can't give up. My son sacrificed himself for me. Goku's wounds would have healed almost instantly. Apparently his purple power was helping him. I will have to give my all to save the universe. Even if it is destroyed, I can revive it with the super spheres. Goku would have become serious, thus dodging Daishinkan's energy balls. A layer of smoke would have formed. Goku would have come out of it to hit the angel again. I see that this time you grabbed will to fight. But let's see how long that determination will last you. 10 steps of the invincible angel! Suddenly a golden light would fall on Daishinkan's feet. This angel would take a single step. A strong pressure that was able to cut his breath would have fallen on him. What the hell is this? He had never felt such a strong pressure. Suddenly, the angel would take another step, so the sensation would be multiplied twice as much. Goku would start to agonize from the pain. Wow, you can still be able to stand up? I can't fall, I still have to stand up. Goku would raise his Pi as much as possible, so starting to use almost all the power he had gained. It doesn't matter if you're able to increase your power. I'm more than sure that you can't master your new power yet. Besides, your internal organs are collapsing. I didn't think I would use this technique against someone like you. I didn't think that the mortal that greeted Zeno-san with so much confidence could become such a strong being. Maybe I just underestimated you. But look at you now. You're collapsing trying to survive. Your death will be inevitable. Daishinkan would take another step. Goku at that moment, thanks to the pressure, would have begun to fall into the endless void of outer space. But thanks to his will, he will be able to stop that fall to stand up again. I increased almost all the power of this transformation, but not even so, I can get rid of this technique. I fear that the only thing I have left is to escape, but I have no way out again. Daishinkan would have taken another step, thus completing his fourth step. At this point, the pressure was no longer something bearable. Any god would have fallen long ago. It is as if an ant was crushed by a meteorite. Goku's eyes would have turned white. Forgive me, son. I did everything I could, but not even like that. I could beat this guy so strong. Goku would have been completely fainted. Even though Daishinkan knew that Goku was out of combat, he would have continued walking until you reach step number 6. I see that there is no longer any point using this ability against it. I no longer feel the immense ki I had achieved. Daishinkan would have deactivated his ability, flying quickly to catch Goku's body. The angel would have descended to another planet nearby to lay down Goku's body on the ground. I caught the Lazarpes. He has definitely lost his life. That means I have won. He should never have faced someone as strong as me. Moreover, I won't even make your body dust. Your own universe that is about to be destroyed will do it for me. See you soon, Goku. It was a pleasure to end your life. Bai Shingon had left Universe 7. It was less than 2 minutes before the universe was destroyed. More than 70% of all the universal life had been lost. Meanwhile, inside Goku, Gohan would have woken up from his deep sleep. Where am I supposed to be? Why is everything dark? Can I unify my body with my father's? Gohan would be asking himself so many questions at that moment, when suddenly flashbacks would come to him of everything that his father had lived through since he lost consciousness. So my father is still fighting against that damn angel? And he couldn't withstand his ability? That strange being said that we are now one person. I live inside my father, but that doesn't mean that I can be up to control my father's body. Gohan would have concentrated to channel all his energy into a single point, and then expel it into his father's body. Goku's heart would have started to beat again. Gohan's power flowed through Goku's body, thus miraculously completing the possession. The creator of the Purpa power was watching everything from the shadows, would have been very surprised. How that young man could learn the possession of the body and the soul so quickly, you can tell he's a very intelligent boy. Now that he has awakened, his true power is going to resurface. The body of Goku that was being possessed by Gohan would have started to expel a gigantic purple ki. Father, don't worry. Now, I will take care of eliminating this angel. Gohan would have started to scream loudly, while he would have achieved the same transformation as his father. But now, it was the complete transformation. His fur would have changed from red to white. I will call it Super Scene Wrath of Father and Sai. I know the name sounds kinda stupid, but I think it represents me and my father. That Shinkan who was about to leave would have felt the immense power that would have come out of nowhere. What the hell is going on? The wasn't dead, or whose power is this? I have to see that at once. Daishinkan would have begun to fly quickly to the planet that had left the body that supposedly was lifeless. When he arrived at the place, he would have a very frightening surprise. This is impossible. Who are you? Are you Goku? Or because your fur has changed color, you were dead. I eliminated you with my ability. You're wrong. I'm never going to die under the hands of an angel. And if you're wondering why I'm not Goku, you know. Let's say I'm his son. I came back from hell just to end your life. You'll pay for the humiliation he did to my father. Gohan would throw himself against a Shinkan, giving him a blow so strong that would make him fly. Suddenly, Gohan would Toei Super Kamehameha against a Shinkan. Unlike other times, this attack cost Neyo a lot to stop it. You were able to deflect by attack. I can see that you're very resistant. Before Gohan could launch another ability, a Shinkan would have activated his 10 steps of the Invincible Angel. The pressure was starting to fall on Gohan. Maybe it worked against my father, but it won't work against me. Stop talking nonsense. You have Goku's body. Just because you have become more powerful, it's impossible that it won't affect you. I see that you want to finish me with just one technique. I will do it too. Gohan began to concentrate great power in the palm of his hand, while Daishinkan began to walk, thus managing to reach step number 7. Even though the pressure was unbearable, Gohan continued as if nothing had happened. He continues charging power into the palm of his hand, because I don't see that he is dying. Step number 8. The pressure would have increased much more, but this would have only caused Gohan to move just a little. Understand it, Angel, this ability doesn't even tickle me. At that moment, Gohan would think, this Angel's ability is really affecting me a little, but I can't show weakness before him. I have to continue to endure until I complete my technique. There's only a little bit left. He must be lying. It's impossible for him to be like this. I'll give him all that's left of my technique. Step number 9 and 10. Suddenly, Gohan would be on his knees. I knew it. It was impossible that he could feel anything. Maybe you're right, but that's not enough to eliminate me. You don't know. You just eat this. Astra Energy Ball, Devourer of Gods! The energy that Gohan had in the palm of his hand was so powerful that I would have broken the Angel's ability. This energy was going against Aishinka. He Angel would put his 2 hands to prevent that great energy from touching his body. I can't stand it. It's too much power! Daishinkan's hands were starting to burn. I really thought that if I left his body, he would be destroyed by his universe. So the purple energy of his body would have come out. For me, it would not be difficult to locate his purple energy. But I see that I was wrong. I should have eliminated his body at that moment. Without a doubt, I will not be able to stop his attack. I'll have to escape from here. When Daishinkan was about to escape, somehow the ball of energy touched his body, beginning to disintegrate little by little. By Daishinkan, before being eliminated, it was able to escape. He would have returned to the palace of Zenosama, almost die. I knew that escaping would be expensive. I did not think that my body would be like this. Meanwhile, Gohan's attack would have started to explode. The destruction time of Universe 7 would have increased. Now there were only 10 seconds left. It can't be true. Then Damn managed to escape from my attack? I can't be consumed by the explosion of the universe. I don't think my body can withstand it. Angel, this is not going to stay like this. I promise you that I will find you. Gohan would start to fly at great speed. While flying, the universe would start to explode, destroying almost all life that exists in Universe 7. Meanwhile, in another part of Universe 7, 30 seconds before the explosion, it seems that my father is having a hard time beating Goku. Besides, I feel that he managed to increase his power. If I'm not mistaken, there are only 30 seconds left. I have to get out of here on my own. My father will be able to escape on his own. But before that, I have to take someone with me. Vegeta, I know that you have been hiding for a while. I see that you were able to feel my presence.